This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
Food banks are bracing for an influx in clients due to the partial government shutdown.
Construction on a new community of luxury townhomes near the Columbia River waterfront in the Wenatchee Valley is nearing completion.
The Quincy School District is seeking voter approval for a 3-year replacement educational programs and operations levy.
Coming off a season with a Royal Knights boys basketball team placed in state for the first time in over 40 years, the Knights got this year off to a rough start.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News. And it starts now.
Food banks are bracing for an influx in clients due to the partial government shutdown. On Sunday, SNAP recipients received February's basic food benefits. The USDA Food and Nutrition Services Department directed state agencies to deposit benefits early to minimize the impact of any lapse in funding because of the shutdown. More than 900,000 people receive food benefits in Washington state. But will that group manage their benefits accordingly? And will the lapse in benefits last through March? The Moses Lake Food Bank says it and other food banks expect to see a surge in demand.
Both of you are fairly confident that you will see an uptick in visits to the food bank.
Unless the shutdown ends pretty darn quick. And at this point, we don't know if and when there will be any more. So all the banks in the area are preparing to get an influx of clients.
The Moses Lake Food Bank is the distribution hub for 33 other food banks in the Columbia Basin. The bank's resources are also extended to the elderly.
We're not expecting to begin really showing a rise for a minimum of 10 days to 2 weeks.
And we also have a senior program that we distribute food once a month. And we don't know if that's going to be affected by this shutdown, whether they'll stop the funding on it. So that's a huge unknown because we distribute senior food to a lot of different cities.
One food bank in Seattle reports that it sees about 10 new families a month. But now it sees 10 to 20 new families a day during the shutdown. But the question remains, will Moses Lake's food bank run out of food? It never has before, but in light of the longest government shutdown in U.S. history, every donation counts more than ever. I'm Sean Goggins for iFIBER 1 News. This segment is brought to you by...
Change doesn't have to be complicated. With a low-profile microwave hood combination that's ready to install right out of the box. It fits in the same space as your under-cabinet hood, so you can get your microwave off the countertop and make space for the routines worth keeping. The low-profile microwave hood combination from the #1 selling appliance brand in the USA.
Whirlpool Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata.
Construction on a new community of luxury townhomes near the Columbia River waterfront in the Wenatchee Valley is nearing completion. The 600 Riverside apartments will feature 142 living units and multiple street-side commercial spaces when fully finished, along with plenty of other residential amenities like a resort-style swimming pool and lounge area. The complex was designed and is being constructed by Molitor Development, which is the same company that built the nearby Riverside 9 apartments.
It's a different layout. It's a smaller project than Riverside 9. A lot of the unit styles, the outside look will be similar. A similar style of construction. We don't like to do exact cookie cutters. We change things as they go. We keep modifying and make them slightly better in each project.
The 3+ acre build site of 600 Riverside was formerly occupied by an auto garage, but was largely vacant prior to the start of construction, according to Molitor personnel, who said that things have been going quite smoothly on the project thus far.
It's been going real well. We've had a favorable winter, so we've been able to keep progress moving all through the winter. It's been a little tough finding labor just because everyone's so busy in Wenatchee right now, but we've been able to make it work, and just real excited with how the project's going.
Engineers are utilizing special soundproofing materials in their design of 600 Riverside to help cut down on expected noise levels from passing freight trains on the nearby railroad tracks at the west edge of the property. 600 Riverside is owned and operated by Widener Apartment Homes, which is also the same company that owns and runs the adjacent Riverside 9 complex. Molitor Development says construction is on schedule, and the first units of the new apartment community should be ready for move-in by the end of April. Reporting for iFIBER 1 News, I'm Chris Hansen.
This segment is brought to you by
Your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
The Quincy School District is seeking voter approval for a 3-year replacement educational programs and operations levy. If approved in the February 12th special election, the levy would replace the district's existing levy expiring next year. The school levy tax rate is capped at $1.50 per $1,000 of assessed property value. The new levy would bring in an estimated $6.3 million in 2019 and would increase to about $8.4 million by 2022. The proposed levy makes up about 16% of the district's operating budget and funds a long list of programs. Much of the assessed property value in the Quincy School District comes from the data centers, which will pay about 50.2% of the levy. The district has seen a roughly $1.5 billion increase in assessed value since 2015, mostly from new data center construction in Quincy. Ballots for the February special election are being mailed out this week. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
Coming off a season with a Royal Knights boys basketball team placed in state for the first time in over 40 years, the Knights got this year off to a rough start. The Knights dropped its conference opener to Connell before getting blown out by Zilla and losing to Kingsway Christian. The Knights started the season 4-4, but have shaken that off, winning their last 8 games to advance to a record of 12-4. Many of those wins have come against quality opponents, such as 11th-ranked Connell and the number 7 team in the state, Kashmir. The Knights are also tied with Connell atop the SCAC East. However, Connell still holds the tiebreaker, so the Knights will need Warden, College Place, or Riverview to upset Connell to be the number 1 seed. Following Royal's most recent win, head coach Ray Valet said the rough start of the season was just part of the process.
I tell these kids all the time, I don't care what happens out there, we just got to continue to get better and put in the work, and we lose games, fine, no big deal, but we just got to make sure we're climbing the ladder every game and getting better. And that wins and losses take care of itself as long as we come with the right attitude and practice.
3 of Royal's remaining 4 conference games will be on the road, but the toughest one will be at home, while Luke, desperately fighting for a spot in districts, will travel to Royal next Tuesday in the Knights' final home game. I'm Adam Chkoski for iFIBER 1 Sports.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at ifiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.